Greetings and salutations, my dear audience. This is Joe St. Egg Benedictus just coming at you with something new for once. A new Bible review. What, you say? I always do the used Bibles, but several weeks ago, actually quite a while ago, I went through my ChristianBook.com catalog with you all, had a nice conversation, relaxed, had some coffee, floated through the ChristianBook.com catalog, and stumbled upon an NRSV Thinline Bible for $20, bonded leather, and I thought, I need one of those for Bible study. And I went ahead and ordered it. So here it is, the unboxing. You and I will go through it together and go from there. But first, I want to give a shout out to my pal Mike, to all the visionaries and mystics out there. Thank you for joining me. Let's jump right in. First of all, you'll see $20 is a great deal for a bonded leather. This is the Zondervan Comfort Print, which I am familiar with because we buy NIV Comfort Print Zondervan editions for our deacons, and this is very much the same. It has the same silver edges, the double satin ribbon, silver and black. It has that Comfort Print logo up here, same size, about 9 inches by 5.5 inches, less than 1 inch thick, which is why I bought it, because NRSVs are usually tremendous, like the Cambridge that I have and I often use when I preach. But I needed something lightweight for Bible study, and I needed something for on the go, because I don't bring my Cambridge Bible for Bible studies because I usually have my hands full, and I can't have a 20-pound Bible when I have my hands full. So I went ahead and got this, and so far, just took it right out of the package. So we're going to look at it together. First of all, there's the details on it. Easy to read typeface, NRSV, New Revised Standard Version, that is. Comfort Print, Zondervan Fair by HarperCollins. Here are some of the features. It has double column format, presentation page, 2 satin ribbon markers, and a 10-point font, which I thought was pretty good for a slim line, or whatever this is called, thin line Bible. And I thought, if it's less than 1 inch thick and font is that good, well then that should be worth it. 3 endorsements here by people I know well. Richard Foster, the author of Spiritual Disciplines, Celebration of Disciplines. Barbara Brown Taylor, who is my favoriteest author in the world. In fact, I got her newest book over here, Always a Guest, that I want to read. And William Willimon, who is the United Methodist bishop, one point, and author, scholar, and homiletician. So there's the ISBN there. It's black, bonded leather, and you have all your stuff there. It goes for $29.99, so it's not a terribly expensive book or Bible, but for $20, I thought, why get the fake stuff when you can get somewhat of a decent leather for $20? And so I snagged it. When it came out of the package, it did have this little damage here, but it didn't get. It's not that as if this thing is mangled. It's just the glue came off, probably because of the travel and the heat of the summer. All right, so let's just jump right into it as we look at this wonderful NRSV Thinline Bible. Okay, first of all, it's not too heavy. I mean, my wife commented it was a bit heavy, but when you're holding a New Oxford Annotated Bible or a Cambridge NRSV, the one I reviewed several months ago that I used to preach in, this is awfully light. Nice clean look so far. It has a bonded leather look. It's not too wangy. The wang factor is absolutely perfect. We'll see if it creases over time. Oh, gotta get rid of my order form. We'll see if it creases over time. But I don't like the Bibles too stiff, and I don't like them so that they wang. It says it's a lay flat edition, but we'll see. Silver embossing here to match the silver edging. These nice long ribbons are real pretty. You have the silver and the black, long enough to open up a page if you need to get that open sideways there or cockeyed there. No raised ridges. You wouldn't expect that on a $20 Bible anyway, but you would expect it to be, well made. Again, there's the bonded leather, ISBN number. Get out of there, ribbon. All right, let's jump right in. All right, first of all, we have kind of a patterned card stock paste down liner. Very, very familiar to the NIV thin line that we get for our deacons from Zondervan. I don't see much of a difference. You have the presentation page. Your word is a lamp to my feet, light of my path. I've seen that again in other versions. So these Zondervans are pretty basic, very generic, but in a good way. I mean, I like them. I like the Bibles we get, the NIVs, so why am I not going to like the NRSV? Okay, nice picture there. Good calligraphy. You have this is the HarperCollins style NRSV icon. So you're always, if you have that little S there with the little dot, you know it's a HarperCollins. All right, so let's take a look at our copyright page. You have it's created by 2K Denmark, type font. That's the Zondervan Comfort print. It is printed in China, 2019. It's first printing, so that's pretty cool. Table of contents. I don't see any essays or extra features. Don't see any maps, but again, this Bible doesn't pretend to be a serious study Bible. It's just a straight up Thinline Bible that you would take to church. All right, to the reader. Didn't mention it has 10-point font. This doesn't look too like 10-point. This looks more like 9, 9.5. But that's NRSV, Fair, Bruce Metzger. All right, Old Testament. Let's open it up. Okay, there we go. So, first impressions. I do like that design for the top of the page. I like how it's split up with the sections. And the font is pretty big, double column, of course, with the notes on the bottom right-hand corner here. The font is pretty big, but the words look awfully close together, like really jumbled together. I don't remember that on the NIV Thinline, but it seems that they really, really wanted this under an inch. With a nice size font, even, for instance, the G here. Let me hold it up to you. Let's see if there's another G. So the G, like the bottom is cut off so that it doesn't go down into the next word. So even the letters that go under the little line there are crowded. So it's a pretty busy edition as far as my first impression goes. You do have, like I said, the section titles, which I do like. At the top, you have your book, chapter, scripture, and then page number. So that's pretty neat with the line. I do like lines, and I like how things are framed. I like that about the NIV Study Bible, so that's pretty nice. All right, one of the things I want to see is if the book starts on the next page. So far, so good. It does start on the next page, but it's hard to tell when you have your previous book going all the way down. So let's get something else. Deuteronomy. Let's go to 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John. You can always tell. But before we get there, let's just make our way through. There's your satin ribbon. Not bad. Like I said, nice and long. Very nice ribbon. You know, I like all these Bibles come with really nice ribbons. You know who doesn't have nice ribbons? Oxford. Oxford, if you're watching, and you should, because I am an Oxford fan, sir, and you should take my opinion seriously, because I am a tried and true Oxford person. You got to change your ribbons. You got to get rid of those gold ribbons. These things right here. Let me show you. Okay, here's my 3rd edition, New Oxford Annotated Bible. Look at these things. Look at these gold ribbons. And you'd think you'd get better with newer editions. They don't! All right, so Oxford, get some ribbons, okay? These are very nice satin double-sided ribbons, different color. The silver accentuates the silver edge, which is beautiful. And I think you can do better, Oxford. Just a note, just an aside. Anyhow, back on track. All right, we see the poetry here is fairly nice. Looking at Isaiah, you have the poetic and verse by verse here. The words aren't crowded. They're not falling off the page. Looks like, so it's pretty nice. I mean, other than the crowding of the words together, it's very clear. And I think it's adequate for Bible study. You know, I'm not getting this to preach. I have my Cambridge, which is a big font. Nice, the Cambridge is like a Cadillac. It's comfortable. It's like a luxury automobile. This is more like a starter sedan, like a Toyota. What's the famous Toyota? Corolla. You know, this is like a Corolla. It's nice. It'll get you from point A to point B, and it won't break down. But it's not the Cadillac that Cambridge is. But it doesn't pretend to be. This is only $20. One of the things you'll notice, it says lay flat edition. I get that. We're in the middle of the book practically. The words go in the gutter a little bit, I can tell. And you don't have much of a what do you call it? margin, but again, getting an NRSV under an inch is quite a feat. So congratulations, Zondervan. You've done something that not many other NRSV makers have done. All right, let's go to the back, see what we're dealing with. Micah, Nahum. So again, the books do not start right after the next book. They have their own starting page. I like that. It keeps things clean. All right, let's go to the New Testament. All right, looking at the Gospel of Mark here. It is not red letter edition. So far, I've only run into one NRSV red letter edition, and it was, I believe, a pocket version that I reviewed here several weeks ago, maybe last week or the week before. It was the only red letter edition NRSV I've ever seen in my life. Again, you look at this, I like the headings and the breaks, not too many. Living by faith, okay. Paul's anxiety and Traeus. The words are awfully crowded, but like I said, I'm not going to preach out of this. I'm going to use this for Bible studies because I need something light, fast, and on the go. All right, so we don't really have to look at here's the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John, just to make sure it's not crowded on one page. Each letter gets its own page. I like that. I like even in these books, which are, it's one chapter, it's not a multi-chapter book. They get little section breaks, which I think is great. All right, let's see what we get at the end as we go. This is, again, not a study Bible or anything, so no maps, no regarding the type font that's in most of the Zondervans, and then you get your patterned paste-down liner. So, at the end of the day, simple Bible. It's a little stiff, so it doesn't lay flat on the edges. It wangs back, but that's okay. I don't like it too wangy. I don't like too stiff, and it'll break in. One of the things I'd like to do is well, first use this, but secondly, really do a long-term review down the road. So this will be my primary Bible for Bible studies, and I expect to use it a lot. So we'll see what happens. Now, one of the questions I do have, first of all, you see the head and tail band. One of the questions I do have is I'm not sure whether this is a glued binding or a sewn binding. Some of you who know a lot about Zondervan thin lines, please let me know if you think it's sewn. When I look at it, it really just does look glued. So this is not a Bible I'm going to take in the car with me because the heat will do real damage to this Bible. And I don't think it'll hold up under heat if it's glued. But again, when I go to a Bible study, I go from my office to like a different part of the church building. These Bibles don't go home with me, so I'm not too worried about heat or damaging the glue. All right, let me get my thing out here. Getting out my thing, all right. And I think I told you the measurements. We'll confirm. It's 5.5 by 9 inches exactly, on the money, and then less than an inch thick. So not too bad. Very light, very good. $20 for bonded leather. Hope to use it often, and I hope that we'll see what we can get out of it. I thank you for joining me, and let's see here. It's a cat!